Think it's finally time for us to go to Noveria. For real this time. Noveria is marked on the system map, right? So I don't have to look it up. Noveria. Horsehead Nebula. Pax. I know we went to Fortuna already, right? Oh, but we haven't gone to this one yet, though. Okay, let's do this one first, too. Let me guess. Incoming transmission. None. None, really? Well, usually we still end up finding something on the planets anyway. Actually, haven't we been here before? And Titara, kind of vaguely remember having seen that. Or maybe not. Well, all I gotta see is if we've surveyed any of the places here. Which I think we have, because we're not seeing any surveyable spots. Zawin. Oh, yeah. Yes, this is one of the cold planets. Okay. Let's get out of here. Back to PAX. PAX may have been cancelled this year because of COVID, but we can still go to PAX in space. Velas. Matriarch writings. Boo! Boo! While investigating the primitive anaerobic life of Velas, binary helix survey teams discovered a cunningly hidden anchorage of the ancient Krogan warlord Moro. Many records and artifacts of the Krogan rebellions were recovered and sold at auction. The empty base is now abandoned. So the Krogan Krogans used to be here? Marana... Icy planetoid, smaller than Earth's moon. Svarog. Very scary and red looking. Doesn't even have a surface temperature. Is that because it's one of the gassy ones that you can't really... Can you even land on gas giants? Like set foot on it? I don't know. Noveria is a small frozen terrestrial world, barely habitable by conventional definitions. It's privately chartered by the Noveria Development Corporation, who lease out labs to perform research too dangerous or too controversial to be performed elsewhere. Given Noveria's unique situation, it is a source of many wild conspiracy theories. Colony founded, maybe like 20 years ago? A good population here, so this is probably gonna be like Pharos where we dock. Hey, and the temperature's not so bad, only -1 Celsius.
Approach control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector and a berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted, Normandy. Be advised, we will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
It's cold.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
Yes, Noveria is a place that doesn't respect any security or authority aside from specters, is I think what Captain Anderson said. Actually, we can confirm it right here in the codex, right? Really quickly.
Pharos is a habitable. Noveria is a cool, rocky world with most of
owned by Noveria Development Corporation.
A privately chartered colony world, the planet is owned by the Noveria Development Corporation.
Spectre is granted special privileges for some reason. And that's the only reason why we're allowed here, pretty much. Liara and Garrus, did I say? Let's.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
How do I even prove I'm a Spectre, actually? I don't have an ID card. Do I? Hi. Wow, no one's here to greet me immediately. They actually let me walk to the front. This is another dock? Here we go. Maiko Matsuo.
That's far enough.
We're not here to cause problems.
This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
You first.
We're the law here. Show some respect.
I'm Captain Maiko Matsuo, Ilanis Risk Control Services.
Alanis Risk Control.
I'm a Spectre. My name is Shepard.
Load of horse crap, ma'am.
We will need to confirm that. Also, I must advise you that firearms are not permitted on Noveria. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Citadel authority supersedes yours.
I do have some reservations about giving up my gun. But I think it'll be a little bit too antagonistic to not listen to them right off the bat. I know we outrank them, yeah, it's true, but you want cooperation, you want people to be nice to you, you want to work with people, so therefore you gotta concede.
Stand down. Their house, their rules.
If you think this is best, Commander.
Captain Matsuo, stand down! We confirmed their identity. Spectres are authorized to carry weapons here, Captain.
You may proceed, Spectre. I hope the rest of your visit will be less confrontational.
Thank you.
Parasini-san will meet you upstairs.
Behave yourself.
Parasini-san, huh? Well, look, they were just doing what they were doing, abiding by the rules. They weren't hating me upon first look or something.
Get out of here.
Okay, never mind.
I'm sure Parasini-san will answer any questions you have.
Yes, because all people with Japanese-sounding names will call everybody San. Shepard-san! Shepard-san is coming to Noveria. What are all those, like, little flying thingies they got here? Scanners? Parasini-san!
Detectors, don't mind the alarms. I am Gianna Parasini, assistant to Administrator Analeus. We apologize for the incident in the docking bay.
I appreciate your help.
You're welcome. You understand our security chief was only doing her job.
Yep.
One of my duties is orientation of new arrivals. Do you have any questions?
You have a geth problem here. That's why we're here, right?
Pretty heavy security for such a small port.
The executive board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporations.
There is Noveria is the grounds to a lot of weird conspiracy theories because we don't know too much about it, I guess, because they only observe Spectre Authority and nobody else, so not too many secrets leak out.
I can't have my investigation hampered.
Tread lightly. The board can bury you in litigation. You'd need an Asari lawyer to see the case through.
I have excellent legal representation.
Has anyone unusual passed through here recently?
Unusual? An Asari matriarch passed through a few days ago. Lady Benezia.
Benezia. She is here?
Can I speak with her?
Benezia left for the Peak 15 research complex days ago. To the best of my knowledge, she's still there.
Good thing we brought Liara.
That's where I need to be then.
You'll need to ask Administrator Analeus for clearance to leave this port.
Where can I find the Administrator?
His office is on the main level, left at the top of the elevator.
Understood. Can we go in now?
Of course. If you need any help, you can ask me at the Administrator's office.
She is here. I can't believe it. I imagine you want to talk to me, Shepard. About my mother.
No, we don't. I trust you, Liara. You may not be military, but you're a part of my crew.
Thank you, Shepard. That means a great deal to me.
I feel like even if we trust Liara, we might want to talk anyway because her mom's here and not everybody's gonna want to be involved in a mission where their relative is here, because that could make for not so good situations, right?
Turians don't like the cold, Shepard. Did I ever mention that?
No. Is that why you guys always have that egg armor going on?
The sooner we're off this frozen world, the better.
It's like time is frozen here. Administrator, huh? Kinda sounds like some totalitarian thing. Administrator Breen.
Welcome to Port Hanshan, the galaxy's most respected site for independent scientific research and development. For your own safety and to protect the privacy of others, you are required to obey any directions given by our security personnel. If you have questions or concerns, our friendly administrative staff is always available. Thank you, and enjoy your stay.
Independent scientific research, huh?
The managers warned us about you.
What? What did I do? Oh, there's a Hanar. Are the storms always raging outside? Opold.
This one offers greetings. You are the Spectre that visits Port Hanshan.
News travels fast here.
Indeed, esteemed Spectre. Your arrival was not greeted with any joy by the companies here. This one has a burden that you could ease. If an arrangement could be made, it would compensate you. This one has procured a special item for a customer. The item is not permitted within the station, but you could bring it through customs.
I just met you for all of 3 seconds and you're asking me to smuggle for you? Wow. They don't like authority coming here because, well, there's only really one reason, right? Because they're doing illegal stuff here. But I'm not opposed to it.
You want me to use my status to smuggle for you?
That is not inaccurate.
No, we can discuss this.
I won't carry anything if I don't know what it is.
This one must be discreet. Rest assured, the contents pose no threat to anyone within this port.
What about outside the port?
I want to know where this package is going.
This one's customer prefers to remain anonymous.
Well, you can't expect me to carry something for you without knowing what it is and who you're giving it to.
I'd be stupid to do this without knowing that I'm not equipping my own enemies.
Your words are not unreasonable. The customer is the Krogan called Inamorda. That one is a bounty hunter of some repute, and quick to anger. You understand this one's urgency. That other grows restless from the delay.
You still haven't told me what it is, though. Is it a weapon? Let's talk about the reward. What do I get out of this? Nothing? I mean, I'll do it anyway.
I have no problem with that.
This one humbly thanks the Spectre. The package will be delivered to your vessel. All you need do is bring it to this one. Please do not mention this to Administrator Annaleus. That one would levy fees. Is there anything else this one might help you with?
There's so much shady illegal stuff going on here.
Could I buy something now?
Is there anything in particular the Spectre is looking for?
Do you have licenses? Oh, we're getting into the X's, 9s and 10s. That's crazy. Grenade upgrade 2 increases maximum amount of grenades carried by 1. Sounds like a no-brainer. Rosenkopf materials license. Do it. Holy frick, look at my money. Oh my god, that's scary. Maybe I should sell some stuff anyway. Just in case. I've got a lot of random crap here. I'll keep the Thorian thing, but the rest of this, I highly doubt we're gonna end up using all of it. Especially the lower level ones. They're just a little bit too crappy for me to really use. Yeah, maybe we'll keep the upgrades though, because who knows? Who knows? It should all be okay. Alright, okay, yeah, thank you. Do you have other stuff?
Greetings, Spectre. Have you brought the package?
I'm here to shop. We can discuss this later.
Of course. This one apologizes for inconveniencing you.
Am I racist, or do all the Hanar sound the same? Their voice... This one sounds like the other one. The shopkeeper and the preaching one. I feel like everyone's kind of okay. We have a lot of money, though. Inferno rounds. Holy crap, that's a lot of money. No thank you, I'm fine. Thanks, but no thanks. How are you guys doing anyway? What about my stuff? Ooh, straight upgrade. Yeah, just stick a bunch of stuff here. 6% damage? Yeah. It's been a while since I've looked at my own stats, huh? Katana, 7. Oh, here we go. Pistol is probably gonna be the end of... Yeah, we probably don't have to upgrade it much anymore, I'm guessing. 20% damage, but increases the overheating. Oh. What about this one and then like, forget about the combat scanner. We haven't really seen invisible enemies at all, right? Aside from the very beginning when we were on Eden Prime. I don't remember seeing anybody invisible before. Other than there, when we were like disarming the bombs or something. Let's do that. Hey, hey! Yes, now I can get some stuff for myself. Thank you. Cryo? Oh, this is the one I have right now. I can upgrade it from 5 to 8. Yes. Good, good, good. Beautiful. Oh. Don't really like how that looks. What about this one? There's medium armor. Eee, this one not so bad. It's actually a straight upgrade from the other one. Yeah, okay, do it. Freaking do it. Predator. Yeah, okay. Better shields is always a good thing, I suppose. What about you guys? Oh, now you're gonna look ugly. Oh, Liara, I'm sorry. The yellow actually... It was very flashy, but it was a nice accent, you know? But now you're like Ashley colored. Ugh. Garrus, I think we're doing okay. Okay, cuckoo. Thanks, everybody. It's kinda... It's not quite like a marketplace here. It's a place of business and commerce, like serious business.
I'm on duty, Spectre. I shouldn't be talking to you.
When the Turians talk too, they have this like... It kind of sounds electronic-y. I wonder if that's just like a Turian thing. Everyone's dressing like Captain Anderson and Udina here. Diplomats. What's this place? Resting area? Oh, hey, what's a lady here? She beat me. How'd you get here?
How can I help you?
I'd like to speak to Analeus.
One moment, please. Mr. Analeus?
Yes, what?
Commander Shepard is asking to see you, sir.
Right, fine, come in.
How can I help you?
How large are the facilities here?
We have 17 research complexes built into the mountains. Each is a self-sufficient facility housing a staff of hundreds.
There's a pretty big population here. 600k.
Tell me about the companies that work on Noveria.
Over 250 high-tech firms rent our labs. Major shareholders include Ilanis Risk Control Services, Binary Helix, and Synthetic Insights Limited.
Alanis Risk Control is the security people. Binary Helix. Synthetic Insights I feel like I haven't heard about. Binary Helix we just saw on the planet before we came here.
Your guards work for ERCS, don't they?
The executive board gets a discount on facility security. Ilanis also develops lethal and non-lethal weapons.
Binary Helix. They work in genetics?
BH is a leader in genetics and biotechnology. They try to keep a low profile in the media. Much of their research is in biotic modifications. That angers many Luddite, organic baseline, and fundamentalist groups.
There's a lot of genetic engineering companies here. Binary Helix, Exogeny, and then Cerberus.
Haven't I seen Synthetic Insights in the news lately?
They're one of only 4 corporations licensed by the Citadel Council to develop artificial intelligence. They attract many protests. No agitators have ever breached our security. That's why they invest heavily here.
I've taken up enough of your time.
Not at all, Spectre. This is my job, after all.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
The weather outside looks dreadful. Thank the goddess it's warm in here.
Watch your step here, Shepard. Technically, we're no longer in Citadel space.
This place is independent. That's why there's so many shady goings-on here. Going-ons?
You will excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain refugees from that urban blight called Earth.
Whoa.
I see you looked up my service record.
Only a fool enters negotiation without knowledge of the other party's tendencies. This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the Executive Board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
Are you telling me you have no safety protocols?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you think a for-profit company would take no precautions against loss of life and material?
No.
Project leads have the final say here, not meddlesome politicians.
We're not gonna say that.
Do you do business with Saren?
Agent Saren? One of your Spectre compatriots? He is a major investor in Binary Helix Corporation, which is one of Noveria's backers.
What? Do Spectres not have rules against, like, oh, if you're a Spectre, you gotta give up all of your posts that you hold in other companies and whatever? No, really? Saren can be a Spectre and an investor in a that seems like a complete conflict of interest, but okay.
Is Binary Helix developing weapons for him?
It's possible, given his interests. What our clients do in their labs is their business.
Okay, remember we're here to track down Saren and company, and last time when they were on Pharos, they wanted the Thorian mind control stuff. So they must be here developing something shady. Probably. It's very likely.
I've heard an Asari matriarch is here. Benezia?
She arrived a few days ago, accompanied by a personal escort and some cargo. She's up at Peak 15.
What can you tell me about her cargo?
Large, heavy, and sealed. It passed weapons screening. Beyond that, it is not our concern.
Of course, that's why you guys are so popular.
What do you mean, personal escort?
The phrase is self-explanatory. Bodyguards attending to the safety of her person, mainly Asari commandos.
Commandos? You didn't think that odd?
They followed all our regulations. I had no reason to forbid Lady Benezia from taking them.
They're not being very discreet, though, if even the people here know that they were here. And actually... Wait, so Saren wasn't here then? Benezia is here? Saren they know about, but they haven't seen him. Of course, because everyone knows that Saren is basically a wanted criminal right now, right? So if they do see him, they have to report it. Supposedly, but it is Noveria.
I'd like to see her, immediately.
I'm afraid that you cannot. Peak 15 is a private facility in the Skadi Mountains. Regardless, there is a blizzard in the area. Shuttles are grounded and surface access has been cut off.
Surface access, you say?
Cut off, I said. The roads are not suitable for travel. Don't make an issue of this, Shepard.
Forget him, Commander. If he won't help us, I'm sure someone else here will.
I have a Mako. I can travel these roads. Probably.
What brought her out here?
If I knew, I wouldn't be at liberty to say. She came here as Agent Saren's executor. She's here on business for Binary Helix. There were issues at Peak 15 that required Saren's attention.
Wait. So you guys know that he is doing something here and you didn't report it to the Citadel? I know you guys aren't, observing their, in their jurisdiction or whatever, but are you serious? Oh my god.
Back to my other questions.
Every minute of my time you waste costs the company 12 credits. I will keep a running tally.
Yeah, I'm not paying that. And neither is Udina.
I have no more questions at this time.
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you dithered about.
Well, you must not be very important then, if all the little things get routed to you.
I am in the middle of 9 things, all of them annoying. What do you want now?
Just wanted to waste your time.
I'm leaving.
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you dithered about.
Look at this pretentious room. This gigantic rock. This feng shui rock or something. It's not even pretty.
Mr. Ananias isn't the only one with a pass to leave Hanshan. You've never worked in the corporate world, have you, Commander? You can't bludgeon through bureaucracy.
All right, what would you do?
Talk to Lorik Qui'in. You should be able to find him at the hotel bar. Can't say more. Not within earshot of Mr. Ananias.
Why are you helping me? You're being so helpful, Parasini-san.
You said I should talk to Lorik Qui'in?
Mr. Ananias isn't the only one with a pass to leave Hanshan. Qui'in spends his days at the hotel since his office was closed.
So we find Qui'in then.
I've taken up enough of your time.
Not at all, Spectre. This is my job, after all.
It kind of feels like she's directly going against the Administrator, and she's okay with that. I mean, I'm okay with it, but it's a little bit fishy, isn't it? Huh. Ha! There's my Mako. So it does seem like we can drive out of here. But maybe we gotta, like, get away, find a way to get out of here. Okay. Hotel bar, I got you. I got you. Is the weather always like this? It's so dreary. It's very like no nonsense here. There's no sense of like, hey, it's, you know, chill out, it's a party, whatever. Nothing like that. There's a lot of little places here actually. 788. Synthetic insights. The elevator does not respond. Synthetic insights temporarily closed. Lily Hyrax.
Spectre, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Everyone knows.
I used to be a military tech. Except for Maiko's people, everyone's too corporate here. They just sit around sipping expensive water. So what can I do for you today?
Maiko's people are pretty aggressive too.
You seem like you have an ear to the ground. What's happening around here?
There's the problems up on Peak 15. Synthetics Insights was shut down by Ananias. And the Matriarch came through.
Wait, Synthetics Insights was shut down?
What was that about Synthetic Insights?
Scuttlebutt says Lorik Qui'in was on the take. So Ananias shut down SI's offices. Quiet-like, so no off-world lawyers come in on it.
What does on the take even mean?
Do you know where that matriarch is now?
You looking for her? She took a shuttle to Peak 15 before we lost contact.
This sounds like the plot to some like, oh, we're stranded on the snowy mountain and now no one's coming to rescue us thing.
What sort of problems are there at Peak 15?
Don't know. There's a blizzard up there, but we've had those before. Never cut the satellite uplinks before. 15's always had a lousy reputation. Nobody talks about what they do there. And everyone sent up comes back a little quieter.
What do you do here?
I'm the chief mechanic for Hanshan. Just call me Lee. Humans have a problem saying my full name. Got a team of 12 under me, keeping the shuttles coming and going.
How can I get into the garage?
You need a pass. You can get one from Ananias or the managers, if you can polish enough gizzard.
Maybe you could let me borrow yours?
Sure. If I wanted to lose my job and get sued into the next spiral arm, security tracks card use.
So I gotta talk to Lorik for the card probably, because Ananias isn't giving me anything. Alright.
I have to go.
You need anything, I'll be here.
Maybe let's not go to the garage for now then. I don't get the feeling we can go past anyway. Got some names. No one knows what's going on at Peak 15 where Benezia is right now. I can't imagine there's any conflict here already though, because me coming here to face them, that's the conflict, right? So whatever they're doing there, are they cutting the comms on purpose so that people can't find them or find out what's going on?
Don't make us regret letting you keep those guns.
You guys are so aggressive. It's this one. Nope.
That blizzard outside looks like it's settling in for the long haul.
Do not be fooled by these civilized surroundings. This is a place of secrets and lies.
I do kind of get the sense that's the case. No, that's it. Is that some logo? Where is my elevator? Talk. I kind of like this armor. I don't think the red and the white goes well with Liara's blue skin though. That's a bit of a shame. But she's got some nice boots for the upcoming snow or something.
Excuse me, I need a moment of your time. The male human at the hotel bar? He's a sales rep for Binary Helix. His name is Rafael Vargas. I need you to speak with him.
Do you know who I am?
Do you know who I am? Everyone here knows who you are, Dullstone. That makes you ideal for my job. You are a known quantity, or so Vargas will think. He will assume you are here to investigate his company's dirty laundry. That will distract him from my real intentions.
If you know who I am, why do you think a Spectre will randomly do this job for you?
He's right there. Why not talk to him yourself?
I wish I could. I already bungled this myself. He realized I was not a real buyer.
What are you buying?
I don't know anything about Binary Helix. What would I talk to Vargas about?
I represent the Aramali City Council on Thessia. Our town is known for its biotic amp crafters.
What is your city's interest in Binary Helix? They do not manufacture amps.
Much of BH's work relates to biotics. There are rumors that the Noveria branch has flown in Asari biotics. Powerful ones. Commandos, to be specific. We want to assess any potential risk to Asari copyrights.
Oh my
God.
God.
You will present yourself as a buyer, on behalf of the Spectres or the Alliance. Discuss their military enhancement programs. Your real objective will be to distract him. I will give you a device that will crack into his personal wireless network. It will upload a variety of monitoring viruses. They will infiltrate Binary Helix when he logs onto their intranet.
Intergalactic DMCA. Yeah.
What's in it for me?
Money, of course. I would be well paid for this. So would you. 500 credits.
What? 500 credits? How generous of you! I mean, I'll do it anyway, but I definitely feel like I'm getting ripped off here. What the heck? 500? I get more than that just shooting some random guy from a Mako with one shot. Oh my god. Ah!
Interesting plan. I'm in.
Excellent. Here is the cracking device. You will know it is done when it beeps. I've assembled a dossier on Vargas. If you would like, I could brief you on his behavior patterns.
Tell me what you know about Vargas.
He is impatient with those who waste his time. I tried to get him distracted and off topic. He concluded I was not interested in his company's services. I noticed he has a tell. When a topic makes him nervous or uncomfortable, he has a tendency to rub the back of his neck. If you see that, press him on the subject. It may distract him enough to keep him talking.
You sound like you got it all already, man.
I'll go see him now.
I hope to hear from you soon.
People are just asking Spectres to do all sorts of random stuff here. This has got to be the hotel bar. What is with all these like feng shui rocks and stuff? There he is.
You're the Spectre, right? Management told us not to talk to you.
Everyone's afraid. For all the wrong reasons.
Can I help you?
Which would be a better one? Well, there's dozens of Alliance Marines around.
Mr. Vargas, I'm Commander Shepard, a Spectre. I understand you work for Binary Helix.
That's correct. Rafael Vargas, sales. Were you interested in our services?
No, this one's boring.
I might be. That depends on what sort of offer your company can make.
It was my understanding that the Citadel contracted to a Solarian corporation for its enhancement programs.
Yeah, but I'm a Spectre. I can do my own stuff.
I'm sure you know that we pass a new budget every fiscal year. If it delivers a better soldier, contracts can change.
A sound business practice. Excuse my hesitation, I've never heard a government accused of good business sense. First, the boilerplate disclaimer. No genetic enhancement is guaranteed to take. We can maximize the odds, but every strand of DNA is unique. Our patented techniques can provide an 8% improvement in adrenal response, 12% faster clotting, and a measurable decrease in ZG muscle degeneracy.
Holy crap. This is the kind of stuff that that lady, the pregnant woman back on the Citadel who didn't want to do gene therapy on her baby, that's what she would have been afraid of. All this science talk.
I've never heard of a technique that improves zero-gravity endurance.
It's a first for the industry. The advent of element zero-based artificial gravity made it a less pressing concern. We're still waiting for tests to give us an average improvement. We estimate a 7 to 11% decrease in muscle loss rates. I can get you those improvements for 30K credits per head.
Oh my god.
For a bulk order, I can work in a sensory enhancement package, guaranteed 20/15 vision, and hearing from 12 to 22,000 hertz.
Guaranteed.
How would you distribute the upgrades? Retroviral injections would take some time.
Well, it does take time to upgrade a body with adjusted DNA. Skin cells could be replaced in 2 weeks, but the liver takes over a year, and the skeleton a decade. For frontline units, we can speed the process with full system transfusions and injections to stimulate regrowth. It would still take 6 months to see results. I have to admit, it surprised me that you were here for business. There are many development projects on Noveria, some not entirely legal.
He just rubbed his neck. Oh no, I can't do any of these. I mean, I don't want to accuse him, because that's gonna increase the chance that he's gonna be antagonistic, right? So I gotta be like, yeah, I'm illegal too.
I wear a lot of hats, Mr. Vargas. Some days I shut down criminals, some days I defuse nukes, some days I like to enjoy private vices. You understand me?
I suppose. My apologies. Your manner is rather informal for a business meeting.
Oh, did it just beep?
Sorry, Mr. Vargas. That's a call I have to take. Thank you for your time.
Of course, Commander Shepard. We look forward to doing business with the Citadel.
Are we done? We didn't really get anywhere. Oh, the hacking worked already. Yeah, there was a little beeping sound. Wow, this guy knows his stuff. We just came up to him and he's selling us immediately.
Commander Shepard.
Damn. Okay, well, I mean, we did it. We did it.
Any results?
Your toy did its job.
Excellent. I will transfer 500 credits to your account.
Absolutely not.
I could easily call Mr. Vargas and tell him what I just did.
Did I say 500 credits? I meant 750.
You are so cheap.
Good day, Spectre.
You are so cheap! Oh my god, are they mocking me at this point? Because is it possible for you to get to this point without having like literally a billion credits? 3 bajillion credits? Seriously! I feel like they're just making fun of me now. And I don't like it. Lorik. Hello, Lorik.
Afternoon. Sit down, have a drink. What can I do for you?
Are you Lorik Qui'in? I heard you might be able to help me.
You are the Spectre that just arrived, are you not? What can an old Turian like me possibly help you with?
I'm not a Spectre. This is... They already know. Everyone already knows. The moment I was scanned at the front desk. The front desk? The door?
I'm trying to find a way into the garage. I have places to go.
You need a pass. How fortuitous. I'm the manager of the local Synthetic Insights office. For the moment, at least. Mr. Analeus closed my office. He claims to be investigating reports of my corruption. The Administrator is an interesting man. He's become quite wealthy since he took direct control of rents.
We're not going to be able to get anything here for free. It's all business people here. If we want something, we gotta do something for the people we want stuff from.
I sense a connection there.
Indeed. I acquired evidence of Analeus' actions. His hired goons are ransacking my office to find it. I suspect your goal lies outside this port. Mr. Analeas would be disinclined to let you wander. If you recover the evidence from my office, I will give you my garage pass, as well as a sum of credits.
Why didn't Analeas cancel your pass clearance?
Why should he? There's nothing outside but snow and hungry Nafak.
Why am I going outside?
How did you get a pass?
I'm a manager. Most executives on Noveria are free to come and go as they will.
Fine.
You have a plan?
I do. However, there is one other... what is that charming human expression? Fly in the lotion?
What?
Violence against Mr. Analeas' thugs may be necessary. He has members of Han Shan's security team searching my offices. He's paying them under the table. Miss Matsuo is unaware of their outside employment.
If she was aware, it actually might be more troublesome for me, because making an enemy of one of them would be making an enemy of the entire team. So this might be good. We might be able to leverage the whole Miss Matsuo not knowing about this.
I'll focus on trying to get your evidence. If I'm lucky, I won't have to fight anyone.
Excellent. Here is my pass into our offices. It will activate the elevator. The evidence is on my office computer. This OSD contains an encryption key to access it. Slide it into the drive and it will auto-execute. Oh, and do try to keep bloodstains off the carpets, would you?
I will.
Always a pleasure, Spectre. Any news on that matter I asked you to look into?
Wanted to ask you about this stuff first.
Did you see an Asari matriarch recently?
Yes, she caused quite a stir. It's not every day a matriarch arrives with a guard detail of commandos.
Do you know why Benezia's here?
She claimed to be Saren's assistant, here to get a certain project back on track. I suspect she meant Peak 15.
Everyone's just okay with her being Saren's assistant coming here to do stuff, despite Saren being internationally, intergalactically wanted. But that was a rumor, right? According to the Citadel elevator, I think they just said, oh, rumors are saying that one of the Spectres got decommissioned. Or something.
Is it so unusual to see a matriarch?
They rarely venture beyond Asari space. To see such an esteemed figure is surprising. Lady Benezia was also dressed for her role. An Asari in a pinstriped suit set tongues wagging among the younger male employees, so to speak.
Oh my god. I don't...
Young males have an unhealthy obsession with my species.
I was just gonna say, I didn't want Liara hearing that.
Armed commandos were allowed on Noveria?
I don't know if they were disarmed. Of course, one can't confiscate biotic powers.
Very good point.
Saren, and by extension, Benezia, is an important person. By that I mean an investor who might sell stock, if denied.
So something might be up with Binary Helix then.
I have a different question.
Humans are full of questions. I should write a book about it while I have the time to spare.
I need to get up to Peak 15.
Indeed. That might be difficult. A terrible storm has been unleashed up there.
Are you referring to the blizzard?
Of course. What else would I be referring to?
It doesn't sound like he's talking about it. We don't need to make everything clear.
I heard there was an accident.
There have been unseemly rumors circulating along the lines of ancient evil and plague from distant suns. Amusing, no? Someone watches too many bad horror vids.
I should let you go.
Let me go. Do humans consider conversation a form of imprisonment? That would explain why so few are willing to sit and talk.
This guy sounds quite eloquent. He's an interesting figure to talk to.